you guys, or should I say, hello Sydney, what's your favourite scary movie? This is Ghostface Lives. I guess they can't use the word scream, but they can use Ghostface. It's the 112 Mezco Toyz version of Ghostface. Stuff on the back. I left it in the bag. I have a habit when these things turn up of leaving them in the bag until I get the chance to review them. So, because then I don't look inside the box and spoil the surprise. I don't know whether you guys appreciate that I never take these things out of the box until the day that I review them, because I don't want to spoil the surprise for me as much as it is for you guys. So we have remote control and popcorn bowl, 8 interchangeable hands, 4 interchangeable head portraits, hunting knife, butcher knife and blood slash effects, 2 blood splash effects and blood stab effects attached to hunting knife. Ghostface Lives stand, because we can't use the word scream. I'm not going to say scream anymore in this because they may copyright me for it, you never know. Scream. A side, don't remember that in Scream. Obviously the figure, 1 to 12 and collectible figure featuring intricate, I like the use of that phrase, intricate tailored costuming and over 30 points of articulation. That's 30 points. Nil point. And there are some pictures of what you can make him look like. Yeah. All the legal easy stuff and barcodes on the bottom. Ghostface Lives on the top. Ghostface Lives on the side. And Ghostface Lives down there. It is amazing how they have not put the word scream anywhere on this box. Right, there's no sellotape on this bad boy, so we're just going to open it there and slide it out there. Oh, so we've got some instructions. Figure, yeah, the usual Mezco stuff. Oh, look, instructions. Wow. Welcome to the usual thing on there, and instructions on how to display the cloak, glow-in-the-dark head portrait, and the blood slash effects. Excellent. I actually might use the blood slash effects this time. I'm not sure about the side though. Is that in part? Hang on, I'm trying to think now. 4? Because that's the one that's set in the countryside sort of thing, isn't it? Right, more. There's the bit in the barn. Right, we have the stand and the little baggy thing, the slash effects and other things on there, etc. He's still got the dint in from that bit. Yeah, looks pretty cool. And top half has the figure. Right, we shall pop those down there for a second and see what this looks like in here. All right, so after there's lots of very careful wrapping going on here. There we go. Let's get him out. Oh, he won't stand. He needs to have his feet fiddled with. Well, don't we all, darling? Right, we'll take the bag off his head. Remember, kids, don't put bags on your head. Yeah, the feet out straight. I filmed a few videos this morning with figures that didn't want to stand up. Princess Leia. Yeah, there we go. Right. Either this table is really cockeyed. I did notice when I was doing the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 that my table... Was it Ecto 1? Yeah, the table wasn't flat because the car kept rolling. So I'm going to do that. Right, there we go. There is the figure. He's looking pretty good. It's a very basic kind of... I don't know. I was thinking about this when I ordered it. Because... Mezco usually do very intricate outfits and things like that. This isn't so difficult for them to do. So I was thinking to myself, in a way, this should have been a cheaper figure because it's just basically that. But they have put underneath there is a pair of trousers and there is material on that top section. So he has got, they have put some effort in. There isn't any wire in the bottom of this, but there is wire in the cloak bits, so you can put them into positions, which is pretty cool. Articulation wise, it has tilts, not a lot of manoeuvrability in the head, I have to say, which is a shame. You can kind of tilt it a little bit to that side, a little bit to that side, which is one of his looks. Down, back, yeah. The hood also has wire in it, so you can position it as you want it, which is good, because that is a lot of problems with... I have a few Ghostfaces, and it is a problem getting that hood and these bits to sit right. So yeah, you have the usual articulation there. It's the pretty standard Mezco body. There is no butterfly joint in there, so you ain't going to get him to hug himself, but yeah, usual articulation. The feet and legs. Are the boots right? Because people always have comments about the boots being right. Those are boots right? I don't know. They look good enough to me. So yeah, stands pretty well. Yeah. Right. Impressed so far. In the tray we have the hands, the other faces, the TV remote. I'm guessing is that to do with the... I'm thinking that's from like a comedy version, isn't it? And the two knives. I'm not sure with the side... Oh, the side's in that one. Yes, a very nice red popcorn bowl, which a hand holding popcorn. I suppose that's the fun thing, is that she's making popcorn in the first film, isn't she? Is the one... There is no... That's a grippy hand. I would have thought they'd have made the voice box thing for him to hold. One of the hands holding the... Hello, Sydney. You know, the box. Let's look at the heads. So we have... I'm probably going to put these back in the bags, because I don't think I'm going to use any of these. We have bloodstained head. He was opening his tomato sauce and it exploded. One of those. I'm going to put that back on. I'll put that back on in a minute. We have the glow in the dark one, which... Tell you what. See if we can get the... You can see it does glow quite nicely in the dark. That's actually quite cool. It's a shame it doesn't look white enough when it's like that, because I'd leave that one on just for the fun factor, but it's not quite the right white Ghostface for me, so that's probably not going to be my first choice. And then we have from the last film a more grey, dirty, battered version. Which is pretty nice. Are they all the same head? Yes, they are all the same head, just obviously painted in different colours. Right, I'm going to swap the hand out for a stabby hand. There we go, so pop that off. I'm always nervous with these because them pegs always look really sort of tiny and fragile. There we go, right, stabby hand. Right, we have two knives. We have that knife, which is pretty big, and then we have more of a hunting knife. I'm going to go with the typical stabby knife. Now, do we do knife that way, or do we do knife that way? Which way do you do yours? I'm going to look, where's my other? I've got one of my previous. Okay, I did it. I kind of want to do, I saw somebody had done a picture of it where he was wiping, like, I think it's that in it. Yeah, we're going to go with it. We're going to go with that look. There we go. It needs, I don't know, I've always had the problem with the cloaks on these figures because it never quite sits right. But then again, does everybody here remember the Movie Maniacs version, which was literally just a posed solid piece of plastic, like, and I think it was like that sort of thing, and that was it. Back in its day, that's what we had, and we loved them. But you see, I kind of like to stand him in a very high, I'm about to kill you kind of look. But I did see somebody that posed it so that he was like holding that and then like he was wiping the blood off it. So I am going to try and see if I can recreate that. I'm thinking And the other grippy hand. Might work. That kind of thing. That looks kind of weird. Yeah, but for now, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to put that hand in there so we don't lose it. Like I said, we do have the popcorn hand, which I get the joke. Don't know how it works, but I kind of get it. I don't know what's up with them, but anyway. Right, let's move that and see what's in the other tray. In the other tray we have the blood effects. So we have that, which is a slash effect, which will please stay where it's put. We have a stab effect. I do like this. This is obviously, if you have, see, we don't have any victims for these, but if you have somebody you can use as a victim, that's quite a nice one, isn't it? How can you say, oh look, a stab effect, that's a really nice look. Yes, I sound like a psychopath. This, I'm not sure, that looks very fragile and I'm not even going to attempt. But I tell you what, if they do a Michael Myers from one of the films, he has a scythe in it. I'm trying to think which one it is. I think, is it three? Is it 4 or 5? Could be 6. No, it's 5, I think. It's the one with the really weird mask where his collar's tucked under it. Yeah. He has a scythe. So that might come in handy for a Michael Myers figure. Yeah, we have a few blood effects. Let's see, that is, I think that's one of the scythe, because it's next to it. And I now can't figure out how that goes back in there. There we go. Or is that off the side? Hang on, we've got instructions. What do I do with the instructions? Right, the fly looking one, the one that looks like it's moving. I'm guessing that one is the blood effect for the knife. So you're supposed to peg it on. I mean, you'd pose it better than I'm posing it. But yeah, that kind of thing, which I'm not really that impressed. I'll be honest guys, I'd like to be honest in my videos. I'm not impressed with that. It's a cool idea, but yeah, it needs work. I think that's more of a stabbing down, not that the knife's not in the right position, is it? No, but it's a cool idea. I like the idea. I don't know whether I'm ever going to use them though. I kind of want to have those so you can see them, but then you're not really posing him. It's that thing of, do you have him stood in a very threatening manner, but then you don't really see him, isn't it? Because that looks a little odd. I'm not sure if I'm enjoying this figure. You know when you get a figure now and again and you kind of go, the robe's not, I don't know if the robe's working for me. This is the problem with these figures, isn't it? You can't really see them until you get them out of the box. And it's a Mezco, so you think it's going to be relatively good. There is the stand, which I will probably never use, Ghostface lives, because it is way too big and will take up way too much shelf space. And, as you can see, it stands pretty well. It stands pretty well. Watching me the first figure to fall over and take out my horror display. Yeah. Let's put, yeah. Right, so here he is with the NECA version. I'm not sure which of the NECA versions this is, because I had two. I had the one that was material and the one that was just a regular box, which pretty much looked to me like the same figure when I eventually got them. I recently did the same thing. I've got the Megan figure to review, and I need to watch the film first. I know I've not watched the film, but I want to watch the film before I review the figure, because then I understand it better. And there was two versions. There was one that was in clothes, like material, and there was one that wasn't. And when I was looking at them, I was like, they look like the same figure, it's just that one's wearing, they put material over the figure. And I felt that was the same. The size difference is incredible. He is a lot, the Mezco one is a lot smaller, and for what you paid for it, you want a bigger figure. They are supposed to be in the same scale. So, yeah. The mask does look pretty similar. It's a pretty simple mask to do. That one's got maybe a little bit more nose in it, but I actually, that one, looking at the two of them now, I'm gonna work with this, but looking at the two of them now, I like the NECA one better. The robe on this is way too big for the figure that's underneath it. Does that make sense? They made the robe too flowing. It should be a narrower robe. But I like the metal work in the arms. The problems of collecting action figures. It's terrible, isn't it? Well, I messed around with it for 10 minutes. I've come to a decision. I hate to say this, I'm not that impressed with it. I'm finding the robe, it's like they made the robe for a bigger figure and then put a little figure inside it. The actual, I know that Stewie and what's it aren't like Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of thing, but the body that's under there feels far too small for the, I mean, look at the robe, it hangs wrong. It's bigger than the figure. Does that make sense? This needs to be just a little bit, I'm going to do this, there, that, yeah, just that little bit smaller. It would have worked. This robe is way too flowy and big. There you go, I've said it. I hate being negative about things, but I'm just not impressed with this. It's not the cool figure that I was hoping for. I am going to mess about with it. It does stand a little better than the other ones. I like the idea of having the thing in the wire, but then you're not going to see it if you stand him in, unless you stand him in really like arm out poses, which I suppose he does run in the thing, so you could use the stand and get him in a running pose. But yeah, I'm going to work on it. I want that thing where he's wiping the blood off the knife. I saw that in a picture somewhere, and I don't know whether it was this figure or one of the other ones, but I kind of want to do that. He'll go on the shelf and he'll stand up there and he'll look cool, but yeah, not my favourite. Not going to be my favourite. I don't know. Nobody's ever got Ghostface right for me, and it's a shame because it's a very simple thing. It's just, like I said, this one, robe's too big. Maybe take it off, swap it with this guy. He's a bit bigger. It might work better. Literally, this one, it's very dusty. He's standing on the side of the room where I was sanding a while ago, so he's got sort of dust on him. But yeah, the size difference is incredible. So this one comes in at 6 and a bit inches. This one comes in at 7. Or let's do centimeters. 16 centimeters. Let's say 18. Yeah, so there is a very big difference between the figures, and like I say, for what you're paying for this, I don't know, I feel it should be a bigger figure. This is the first Mezco. I started collecting the Mezcos and I was like really impressed with them, but this one I feel a little bit let down with. Yeah, right, I'm gonna mess about with this and see if I can pose him better. I might put some pictures on the community tab, and if I get him into a position that I like. It looks okay. I'm looking at that now and I'm thinking, yeah, Ghostface looks pretty cool. But for what you pay for it, I feel it's a smaller figure, and yeah, you've got a lot of extras with it that you don't really need, like the scythe and stuff like that. But anyway, right, I'm going to wind this up. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff down there. Particularly subscribe. Thank you to everybody that subscribes. It really, 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 big thumbs up helps the channel. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. And I'm going to go watch a scary movie. Bye now.